117-108 verdict over the Dallas Mavericks Wednesday night here in the Boston Garden, while the Cavaliers, on a brief road trip, lost Wednesday night at Detroit 104-87. The two teams will play again in Boston country on Wednesday, February the 4th, 7:30, right back here at Boston Garden. And then on Tuesday, March the 24th, a 7:30 ball game in Hartford. The final meeting of the season between the two teams will be in Cleveland on Tuesday, April the 7th, a 7:30 game. Boston, obviously, with its great winning tradition, has had all the better of it over the Cavs over the years. They have won 62 times against 22 Cleveland victories in regular season competition. That includes a 35-6 slate against Cleveland, either here or in Hartford. Cavaliers will be operating tonight without Melvin Turpin, who has left the ball club for tonight's ball game due to a death in the family. His wife's grandmother passed away, and we wish him all condolences. And of course, Mel should be back tomorrow night or at the latest for the next ball game in Cleveland on Monday. The Boston Celtics have everybody here who is able to play. Bill Walton remains idled with the sore ankle, and Scott Wedman is out with that injured heel. And the Cavs are missing Mark Price, who is continuing his recuperation from an appendectomy. The Cavaliers also will be keeping a very close eye on guard John Bagley, whose knee stiffened on him today in the shoot-around. And whether or not John is going to be able to play as much as they would like remains to be seen. Elsewhere in the NBA tonight, Houston will take a 4-game win streak into Detroit, and the Pistons, as we found out of late, have been playing very good basketball. They've won 5 in a row. Dallas plays in Milwaukee. The L.A. Clippers, who snapped that 16-game losing streak at the expense of the Denver Nuggets on Wednesday night, will be on the road at Golden State. And Denver continues on the road. They'll be playing tonight in Seattle against the Supersonics. And, of course, at halftime, we'll be checking the standings and the scores of the ball games from last night. Well, this broadcast is authorized under broadcast rights granted to WWWE Radio by the Cleveland Cavaliers solely for the private non-commercial use of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Cleveland Cavaliers and WWE Radio is strictly prohibited. The Boston Celtics have acquired the services of two new folks since we saw them in early December. Darren Day, who came out of the Washington organization, had a cup of coffee in Chicago, a free agent pickup at 6'8". He can play forward to guard. Basketball time in Boston, Mass. The Cavs and the Boston Celtics. And for Casey Jones, here's how Boston will start tonight. Danny Ainge out of BYU, 6'5" in his 6th year, averaging 14 points per ball game, had 7 in the first meeting with the Cavs. His running mate will be Dennis Johnson, 6'4" from Pepperdine. His 11th year in the pros, 4th with Boston, averaging 14.5 points and 7.5 assists a game, had 16 points in the first meeting. The center will be Robert Parrish, the 7-footer from Centenary in his 11th year, 7th with Boston, averaging better than 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 block shots per ball game. He had 14 points and 7 rebounds in the first contest. The forwards, Kevin McHale, 6'10" for Minnesota in his 7th year with Boston, 26 points, 10 rebounds, 2.5 block shots a game. He had 31 points, 12 boards, and 4 blocks for the first meeting. Rounding it out, Larry Bird, 6'9" from Indiana State in his 8th year. Bird averaging 26.6 a game with 8.5 rebounds and 7 assists per contest. He was injured and did not play against the Cavs in the first contest. For Lenny Wilkins, Cleveland Cavs at the guard, John Bagley, 6 feet even. Bagley averaging 12 a game against the league with 6 assists. He had only 4 points and 5 assists in the first meeting. Ron Harper, 6'6", the other guard, averaging 22 points and 2 steals a game. He had a super game against Boston in the first meeting, 26 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and 2 block shots. The center will be Brad Doherty, 7 foot, 13.5 points and 8 rebounds a game against the league, 8 points and 8 rebounds in the first contest. A forward, Phil Hubbard at 6'8". Hub averaging 12.5 points per ball game at 8 points and 9 rebounds in the first contest. And rounding it out, John Hot Rod Williams at 6'11". Williams averaging 14.5 points, 8 rebounds and 2 block shots a game against the league. He had his best game against the Boston Celtics in his brief pro career when he had 26 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 block shots. Cavaliers, after the ball game tonight, will come back to Cleveland for a meeting tomorrow night with the New York Knicks. 8 o'clock ball game at the Coliseum. Then Monday at 5, that's Monday, Martin Luther King Day, at 5 o'clock at the Coliseum, the Houston Rockets will come to town. And that will be followed by another home game on Wednesday night against the Milwaukee Bucks at 7:30. The Cavs will go back on the road 1 week from tonight when they play in Chicago against the Bulls. Again, the officials are Earl Strom and Mel Whitworth. The Cavs in their traveling orange with the white numbers and letters blue trim, and the Celtics in the home white with the green numbers, letters, and trim. Cavaliers and Boston meeting for the second time this year. It's going to be a rather slim slate in the NBA elsewhere this evening. But we will bring you up to date on what scores we can garner on our wrap-up tonight, along with a complete statistical look at this one tonight. And keep in mind that the Cavs and the Celtics will play only once more in Cleveland this year. That will be on Tuesday, April the 7th. Williams and Parrish at center floor. The opening tap to the Celtics. Bird gives to Ainge over to Dennis Johnson, and the Celtics come left to right along your radio dial into the forecourt. Johnson out front against Harper. Right of the circle to Parrish. Parrish turns to his left, gives to Ainge on the left wing. Ainge against Bagley. Now to Bird at the top of the key. Unloads. Good. Now Larry Bird gets the first 2 points of the ball game, and the Cavaliers have the ball for the first time. Bagley outside the three-point arc. Top side to Hubbard. Hubbard at the top of the key. One bounce left side to Bagley. Open to shoot it. Hit it. John Bagley counters, and the Cavaliers knock the ball game at a deuce. Johnson on the left side to Ainge. Ainge outside the three-point arc against Bagley. The bounce cross court to Bird, around on the right to Dennis Johnson. Johnson against Harper into McHale. McHale right of the lane. Backs in, turns to his right. Little jump hook across the rim to Doherty. Doherty outside to Harper. Harper over the timeline. Comes down the right wing. Goes in on Bird and lays it in. So Harper has his first 2, and the Cavs go up 4-2. Left side, driving to the hoop is Dennis Johnson. He missed the shot. Rebound battled out of bounds, and it will go to the Boston Celtics. On the baseline to the left of the basket, Larry Bird will inbound. 4-2. Cleveland leads, 10:53 to play in the quarter. Into Dennis Johnson. Johnson on the left side. The air flips the ball up. Grabbed by Doherty. Doherty in the backcourt ahead to Bagley. Bagley into the forecourt. Bagley to Williams. Behind the back bounce. Left side Hubbard. Inside Bird to the basket. Put it up no good. Rebound swatted back to Hubbard, but a whistle and a foul has been called. Foul is on Danny Ainge. So that is Ainge's first foul. And the first on Boston as a team. Into Williams. Top side to Doherty. Doherty on the left wing to Harper. Harper against McHale to the line into the lane. Running right-hander off the front of the rim. No good. Dennis Johnson with a rebound out to Bird. Bird over the timeline. Back to Johnson to the top of the key. Johnson left to the circle. Dribbling with the left hand. Comes outside the three-point arc. Stops. Holds the ball over his head. Flips it into McHale. McHale left to the lane. 10 on the shot clock. Takes to the baseline. Turns into the middle and hooks it in. Well, McHale with his first 2, and Boston ties the ball game at 4. With the ball into Doherty, into the lane, hook shot around the iron, rolls off and corralled by McHale. McHale out to Ainge. Ainge over the timeline, comes down the right side against Bagley into Parrish. Parrish turns on Doherty, backs into the middle, stops, bounce back out to Johnson. Top side to Bird from the top of the key. Shot off the back of the rim, no good. Bagley with a rebound. Bagley on the dribble into the forecourt. Bagley comes down to the middle, give to Doherty, and he goes to the basket with a right-hand slam. Now Doherty with his first 2, and it's a 6-4 Cavalier lead. 9:34 to play in the period. Into the forecourt comes Dennis Johnson. Johnson at the top of the three-point arc against Harper. Pass over on the left side to Ainge. Bounce down the left side to McHale. Runs it into the middle. Forces the shot. Doesn't go, but the foul will be on Phil Hubbard. Well, Hubbard with the first Cavalier foul of the ball game. Now this one is going to send Kevin McHale to the free throw line. McHale with a basket for 2 takes the first Boston free throws. McHale at the line for the year. An excellent 84%, and his first one is right there. 3 points for McHale. It's a 6-5 Cleveland lead. The Celtics as a team are shooting 80% from the line, but McHale spins the second one off the rim to Doherty, down the floor to Bagley. Bagley on the left wing, left side to Harper. Harper against Dennis Johnson, back out to Bagley. To Williams, flips to Doherty. Doherty right of the lane, comes around Parrish and handed the ball to Bird. Ball loose on the floor. Hubbard and Bird scramble for the ball. That's off Phil Hubbard and out of bounds. That'll give the ball back to Boston. Dennis Johnson into Danny Ainge. Ainge bringing the ball up to the timeline into the forecourt against Bagley. Lobs the ball to Parrish. Parrish right side of the key. Turns to his left. Give to Dennis Johnson, left of the circle, out of the left side. DJ left of the lane, into the middle, hooks it up with the right hand. No good. Doherty with a rebound. Doherty clears it out to Bagley. Bagley over the timeline on the left side to Hubbard. Hubbard around Bird, in under the basket, puts one up and walked with the ball. 6-5 Cleveland, 8:46 to play in the period. Ainge inbounds to Dennis Johnson. Johnson brings the ball up to the timeline, into the forecourt. Johnson on the right sideline to Ainge. Bounce outside to McHale. McHale to Dennis Johnson. Johnson over to Bird. Bird right wing 18-footer off the rim, no good. Rebound Doherty. Doherty in the backcourt sends it out to Williams. Hot rod into the forecourt of the left wing. Hot rod against McHale. Outside to Harper. Harper on the three-point arc. Into Williams. Williams goes into the lane, then turns, spins, shoots over McHale. Shot in and out and grabbed by Parrish. Parrish to Johnson. Johnson comes into the forecourt to the top of the key. Dennis Johnson on the left side to Ainge. Pass inside to McHale. Turns to the middle, right-hand jump hook. Rolls it up on the rim. No good. Rebound Doherty. Doherty out to Hubbard. Hubbard over the timeline. Flip to Harper. Harper goes to the line, to the lane, puts it up on the run and scores. Oh, Ron Harper has 4, and the Cavs have an 8-5 lead. Long lob down floor to Bird. Gets in under the basket. Flipped it up. Didn't get it in, but the foul will be charged to John Bagley. Well, Bagley has his first foul, and the Cavaliers their second as a team. At the line, Larry Bird. Bird at the free throw line, best in the league, 91%. He's hit 169 out of 186, and he hits the first of 2 for his third point of the ball game. It is an 8-6 Cleveland lead with 7:50 to play in the first quarter, and Bird cans them both. 4 for Bird, and the Cavs lead by 1, 8-7. 7:47 to play of the period. Bagley to the forecourt to the top of the three-point arc. Bagley against Ainge, still out front, dribbles into the circle, at the line, left to the lane, off of the left side to Doherty. Doherty crossed the lane to Williams. Williams right of the lane, flips to Hubbard. Hubbard with 7 on the shot clock, working on Bird, double pump, 8-footer, hit the rim, no good. Rebound Johnson, knocked away, grabbed by Doherty, put it up, in and out. Rebound on the baseline, saved by Dennis Johnson into McHale. McHale for the Celtics brings the dribble up into the forecourt. McHale goes line, lane, puts it up on the run, no good. Rebound banged up in the air, grabbed by Parrish. Parrish puts it back up on the rim and out. Parrish with his first 2, 9-8. Boston leads. 7:04 to play in the first quarter. Bagley top side to Doherty. Doherty at the top of the key, right wing to Harper. Harper right side of the forecourt. Hubbard from 10, good. Phil Hubbard with his first 2, and it is a 10-9 Cleveland lead. Bird on the right wing outside the three-point arc. Gives the ball to Parrish, hands it back to Bird, comes around Parrish, Bird top of the circle, shoots, no good, rebound, Doherty bangs it outside, grabbed by Bagley. Bagley coming into the forecourt against Ainge, goes into the middle on Dennis Johnson, lays it up and in. John Bagley with 4, and the Cavs are up 12-9 with 6:27 to play in the period. Ainge on the left side of the forecourt against Bagley, out front to Dennis Johnson, the lob inside to Parrish, turns for the 6-footer around the rim, no good, rebound, Bagley. Out to Harper. Harper over the timeline on the right wing against Johnson, comes down to the baseline, puts it up on the rim. It doesn't drop, but he is fouled and will go to the free throw line. Timeout for the Boston Celtics. 6:12 to play in the first quarter. The Cavs lead 12-9, and we will take this timeout. Pick only the 10 Cavs games you want to see. It's the pick your own plan with the best seating available and playoff priority too. Call the Cavs in Cleveland at 659-2140 or in Akron at 867-8910. Ron Harper will come to the free throw line off this timeout to shoot 2. He was fouled just prior to the timeout by Boston's Dennis Johnson. That's Johnson's first foul and the second of the Celtics as a team. 6 of 12 in shooting for the Cavs, 3 of 12 for the Boston Celtics. Cleveland with a 9-5 rebounding edge. Harper hitting the first of 2 free throws. Ronnie hitting about 65% from the line for the year, but he measures a pair, and the Cavaliers have their biggest lead of the night, and Harper has 6 points. It is a 14-9 Cleveland lead. On the left side, Danny Ainge against Bagley, out to Dennis Johnson, around to the right wing to Bird, into Parrish. Parrish right of the lane. Parrish tried to go inside to Ainge, couldn't, takes it into the middle with a left-hand hook that's good. Parrish with 4, and the Cavaliers lead is 3, 14-11. Out front, Bagley to the top of the key, on the right wing to Harper. Harper the bounce into Williams. Williams against McHale, right of the lane. Goes up for a 6-footer, an air ball, grabbed by Bird, knocked by Hubbard, but Bird gets it back, fires a BB right down the floor to Bagley. Bagley takes it to the top of the circle, stops, goes left wing to Williams, to Hubbard, goes down the baseline underneath and pops it in. Bill Hubbard with 4, and the Cavs are up 16-11 with 5:20 to play in the period. Dennis Johnson to the right wing outside the 3-point arc. Top side to Parrish. Parrish standing on the 3-point line against Doherty. Parrish holding the ball in his right hand, flips it over on the right side to Ainge from 22. He shot across the rim off the hand of Bird, picked up by Williams. Ahead to Hubbard, flipped to Bagley. Bagley comes down the middle of the free throw line, give to Hubbard, drives the wing and lays it in. Now Hubbard with 6, and the Cavs open up an 18-11 advantage with 4:50 to play in the period. And the Boston faithful start to get a little enthusiastic or nervous or both. Ainge, the bounce into McHale, gets the open door and lays it in with the right hand. So McHale with 5, and it's 18-13 in favor of the Cavaliers. Into the forecourt, Bagley on the right wing. Bagley top side to Hubbard. Hubbard to the top of the key. Hubbard off of the right side to Bagley, measures the 20-footer and nails it. So John Bagley has 6, and the Cavs lead 20-13, 4:19 to play in the period. On the right wing, Johnson comes down the right side against Harper, gets by him, goes into the middle, throws up a left-hander, and he is fouled. It is a moving pick on Parrish. Well, that will give the ball back to the Cavs and maintain the 7-point advantage. Ahead to the timeline to Harper. Harper into the forecourt of the right wing. Right side to Hubbard. Hubbard the lob under to Harper. Got it on the rim, and it went in, and it counts. And a foul to go with it. Earl Strom comes out gesticulating that Danny Ainge picks up his second foul. Harper on the alley-oop got the basket for Ray to look for a 9th point at the line. In and out and back in with a free throw. Harper with 9. Cavs are now 10 of 17 from the floor, and they have opened up a 10-point lead at 23-13. Right wing, Larry Bird. Bird into Dennis Johnson. Johnson right of the lane. Backs in on Harper. Then with a fadeaway shot, gets it. Dennis Johnson with his first 2. 23-15 Cleveland. 3:44 to play in the period. Into the forecourt of the right wing, Bagley. Out front to Hubbard. Hubbard against Bird at the top of the key. Hubbard dribbling at the top of the circle, dribbles over to the left wing along the three-point arc. Pass to Harper, slapped by Bird, but Harper gets it, drops it into Doherty, comes down the baseline, muscles it up and in. Oh, Doherty with 4, and the Cavs again lead by 10 at 25-15. Dennis Johnson on the right wing against Harper. Pass to Parrish. Parrish right of the lane against Doherty, muscles around and put up a shot, and he is fouled on the try for the hoop. And the foul charged to Brad Doherty. Doherty with his first, and the Cavs' third as a team. Parrish at the line. Parrish with 4 points in the ball game on a pair of field goals. And at the free throw line, 72%, and he hits the first of 2 for his 5th point of the ball game. Cavs 25-16, and Parrish hits a pair. 6 points for Parrish, 25-17 Cavaliers. Bagley into the forecourt of the left wing. Out front to Doherty. Doherty, top of the key against Robert Parrish. Doherty one bounce, right wing to Harper, runs it into the middle, lays it back out to Bagley. Bagley for a 3 on the wing, off the rim, no good. Rebound Dennis Johnson. Johnson comes down the 4, into the forecourt. Work on the right side against Harper, around a Parrish pick, puts up a 6-footer no, but he is fouled on the jump shot. And a timeout for the Cavs. The foul is on Harper. Harper with his first foul, the Cavaliers' 4th as a team. So there'll be free throws coming off the timeout with a score 2:51 to play in the first quarter, 25-17 Cavs, and we will take this timeout. Now the Cavs are 11 of 19 in shooting thus far in the ball game to the Boston Celtics 16 of 36. And the Cavs with a 10-6 rebounding edge. I have a note up on the board that Brad Doherty was 12 years old the last time the Cavaliers won a game in Boston. Dennis Johnson's first free throw up and in. Johnson with his 3rd point of the ball game trims it down to 25-18 in favor of Cleveland. Johnson, an 81% free throw shooter, trying to bring the Celtics to within 6, and he does. 4 points for Dennis Johnson. 25-19, Cleveland with the ball in the lead. Bagley on the left side to Hubbard. Hubbard against Larry Bird. One bounce out front to Doherty. Doherty over to John Williams. Williams comes down the right side, deals it back out to Harper, off on the left to Bagley. Bagley against Ainge, spins down the baseline, flips one up that never got there. Grabbed by McHale. McHale out to Johnson. Johnson over the timeline on the right wing. Johnson, the bounce to Bird. Bird right of the lane against Hubbard. Bird backs in on him, turns, steps, flips, shot blocked by Hot Rod Williams, and out to Harper. Harper coming over the timeline, down the left wing, drives on Parrish, flipped it up and in with the right hand. Harper with 11 in the quarter, and the Cavs go up 27-19. Right wing Dennis Johnson. Johnson the lob again into Bird. Bird turns, shoots the 8-footer, good. Larry Bird with 6, and the Cavs lead is 27-21. Into the forecourt, Bagley. Bagley left wing out front to Doherty, gets away from Parrish down the middle. Doherty flips it up on the rim, and it goes in. Doherty almost lost control of the shot, but he was able to get it up in the iron, and it fell through. 29-21 Cleveland. Left side, Ainge. Ainge stops in the 3-point arc. Lob to McHale. Gets under the basket and flips it in. McHale with 7, and it is 29-23 Cleveland with 1.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Bagley on the right wing against Ainge outside the 3-point arc. Bagley cuts to the circle, into the middle, puts up a 4-footer, good. John Bagley with 8, and the Cavs are up 31-23. Ainge inbounds to Dennis Johnson. Johnson takes the ball to the timeline. Johnson on the right wing against Harper. Top side to Bird. Bird unloads from out front. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Parrish up, slams it off the iron. Out to Williams, now to Bagley. Down the floor to Harper for the Cavs. Harper into the lane, flips it over to Hot Rod. Double pump, put it up and in with the right hand. Hot Rod Williams with his first 2, and the Cavs again lead by 10 at 33-23. McHale left of the lane, muscles into the middle, right hand flip and in. McHale with 9, and the Cavs lead 33-25. Less than a minute to play. Lob underneath to Doherty, and he slams it. 8 points for Doherty, and the Cavs again lead by 10 at 35-25. 41 seconds to play, and the clock got a very late start that time. Left side, Johnson bounces into McHale, turns with a right-hand hook, and gets another one. So McHale with 11. He had 31 when they played in Cleveland. 35-27. Harper on the right against Johnson. Drives on him under the basket. Flips it in the lane to Doherty. He goes down the middle. Puts it up in the iron, and it bounces in. Doherty with 10, and the Cavs lead 37-27. 24 seconds to play in the period. Johnson through the center circle into the forecourt. Johnson dribbling with the right hand. 15 seconds to play in the period. 13 on the shot clock. Johnson over to the left wing. Johnson against Harper. 9 on the clock. Into McHale in the middle. Flips it up with the right hand over the edge and in. 13 for McHale. 37-29 from center court. Bagley fires. Glass and rim. No, and that's the end of the first quarter. Timeout at the end of one period of play. The Cleveland Cavaliers 37. The Boston Celtics 29. Cavs lead by 8 at the end of the first quarter, and before we do anything else, let's pause for station identification. This is the Cleveland Cavaliers Radio Basketball Network.
Hunting and fishing, gardening, home repair, sports, movies, your future, your money. Weekends are for you here on Mid-America Superstation, WWWE Cleveland.
First quarter, Boston shot 11 of 24 for 46%. The Cavs 17 of 27 for 63%. Cleveland with an 11-8 rebounding edge. There were 5 lead changes and 2 ties. The Cavs' biggest lead 10, Boston's biggest lead 2. McHale with 13 in the first quarter to the Cavs' Harper with 11. Freddie Roberts checks in, and so does Jerry Seasting for the Boston Celtics, averaging 6 a game. And Freddie Roberts, who starts when Larry Bird has to sit down occasionally, is averaging better than 7. And Johnny Newman has taken over for the Cavaliers, giving Harper a breather. Newman, and so is Mark West into the ball game. Doherty over to Bagley on the left wing. Bagley left of the lane, goes into the middle, flips it up and in, and he's fouled. Now Bagley has 10 and will look for 11 at the line. The foul is on Jerry Seasting. Seasting's first, Boston's first. Bagley makes it 39-29, and Bagley puts the free throw in the money. 11 points for Bagley, their biggest lead of the night, now 11, 40-29. Up to the timeline, into the forecourt come the Boston Celtics. Working on the right wing is Dennis Johnson against Johnny Newman. Lob inside to McHale, flips it up and in with the right hand over Mark West. And Bagley takes it the other way. That's 15 points for Kevin McHale. Out front, Doherty. Doherty holding the ball outside the three-point arc, left wing to Newman, into West. West left of the lane, backs in, turns baseline, flips it up and in with the left hand. Now Mark West collects his first 2. And it is 42-31. Roberts on the left side, out front to Dennis Johnson. Back on the left side to Roberts. Roberts fakes the outside shot, goes in on Hubbard and throws the ball down the middle, but they whistle and what? They say a foul on John Bagley. Well, Bagley with his second foul of the ball game. That's the first of the Cavs as a team. And inbounding will be Freddie Roberts. Roberts to Parrish to Johnson on the right wing. Johnson against Johnny Newman. On the three-point arc, Johnson stops, flips into McHale. Again, the right-hand jump hook. This one across the rim to Hubbard. Hubbard out to Bagley. Bagley comes over the timeline into the forecourt of the right wing. Top side to Doherty. Doherty at the top of the key off of the right side of Johnny Newman. Newman back out to Bagley on the wing. Top side to Hubbard. Hubbard left of the circle. Doherty left of the lane. Doherty goes into the lane, then cross court to the right side. Bagley from 22. Shot no good. Rebound brought down. Taken away by Doherty. Hooks it up in, and then he's fouled. Doherty took the ball away from Parrish. Parrish ends up with the foul. That is his second. And the second on Boston as a team. And Brad Doherty at the free throw line. Doherty with 12 will look for 13 at the line, and he missed the free throw. The rebound, Kevin McHale. 44-31 Cleveland, 10:19 to play in the half. Dennis Johnson into the forecourt, top side to Parrish. Parrish right on the three-point arc. Give right of the circle to Roberts. Roberts right of the lane to McHale. McHale against Mark West. McHale still right of the lane, backs in, turns, steps in, flips, and scores off the glass. Well, McHale has 17 points in the game, 44-33. Cavs with the ball. Top side to Hubbard. Hubbard at the top of the key against Fred Roberts. Hubbard drives on him down the lane, muscles up a shot. Nope. Rebound grabbed by West under the basket, dropped it and lost it, but Dennis Johnson got a hand on it before it went out of bounds. So the Cavaliers maintain possession of the baseline, and Ben Poquette will be coming on. Poquette, averaging 3 points a game, comes in to replace Hubbard. Hubbard with 6 points and a foul, and Larry Bird comes back into the ball game, and Kevin McHale gets a breather. McHale has scored the last 12 Boston points. Bagley with the basketball between the circles against Jerry Seasting. 9:36 to play in the half. Bagley, three-point arc, trips it down the middle to Newman. Newman underneath, put it on the rim. It went in, but he walked with the ball. Well, that'll give the ball back to the Boston Celtics. 44-33, 9.5 minutes to play in the first half. Danny Ainge will also be coming back to the ball game. Johnson right side to Bird. Bird on the right wing against Poquette. Lob into Dennis Johnson. Johnson right of the lane against Johnny Newman. Turns, steps into him, and Newman jumped in for the foul. Newman picking up his first foul, second on the Cavs as a team. So Ainge back into the ball game. Well, he can't come in. He was to replace Dennis Johnson, but Dennis is at the free throw line. Johnson 2 for 2 at the line, 4 points in the ball game. 44-33, and Johnson's first free throw is good. 5 points for Dennis Johnson, and the Cavs lead reduced to 10 at 44-34. Johnson ready. Played his college basketball at Pepperdine. Shoots good. 6 points for Dennis Johnson. Dennis Johnson, 3 years. What is that, John? I can't read your political rating.
3 years with Boston, 3 years in the final.
Oh, okay. Doherty at the top of the three-point arc. Doherty off of the right side to Bagley. Bagley swings to the circle, and at the line against Robert Parrish, backs out to the top of the key into Doherty against Seasting. Shoots from 8 feet, falls off the rim to Bird. Larry Bird, the bounce down the floor to Seasting into the forecourt. Seasting left wing, pulls up for the 15-footer, good. Now Jerry Seasting gets his first two, and it's 44-37. Bagley on the left wing, and the Cavs take time. So there is timeout with 8:39 to play in the first half. 44-37 Cleveland, and we will take this time. All right, the Cavaliers leading 44-37 with 8:39 to play in the second period. Remember, you can save money with the Cavs bonus books. These books have 11-game coupons for the price of 10, and the coupons exchangeable for tickets to any Cavs home game. Available for $15, 11, 12, and 10. All the Cavs for complete information. We got Harper back in the ball game for Cleveland. The ball comes into Doherty. His turnaround shot bounces on the iron and goes in. That ends a Boston streak of 6 straight points. Doherty now with 14 points. We'll look for 15 at the line. Doherty missed his first free throw. Seasting with a foul, his second, and Boston's third as a team in the period. Here comes McHale back into the ball game, and Robert Parrish will sit down. Parrish sits down with 6 points and 2 fouls. Doherty missing his first free throw. Hits that one. Doherty with 15, and the Cavaliers lead again by 10 at 47-37. Ainge into the forecourt. Give to McHale. McHale right side of the key against Doherty. Over to Bird on the left wing. Comes down the left side. Puts up a 10-footer. Good. Larry Bird with 8. And the Cavs feed it at the other end. Doherty blew the layup. Ball slapped out of the sideline. Saved by Mark West, but he saved it to Danny Ainge. Give to Bird. Bird down to the circle. Threw it away. Craig Elo grabs it. Guns it down the floor to West. West left wing goes in on McHale and put it in. West with 4. Cavs up again by 10 at 49-39. Elo into the ball game for the first time. Debuted late in Detroit on Wednesday. On the left wing, Seasting out front to Bird. Bird at the top of the three-point arc. Over on the right side, Elo knocks the ball out of bounds, intended for Seasting. Cavaliers leading by 10, their biggest margin 13. Into Seasting, back to Bird. He stumbles and falls on the right wing. The ball rolls down on the baseline and out of bounds, and back to the Cavs. Oh, Cleveland gets the ball back. Harper into the forecourt of the right wing. Harper cuts to the middle, puts up the 10-footer, back of the rim, no good. Rebound West, and a loose ball foul. And it will be on the Celtics, evidently. It's going to be on Kevin McHale. That's McHale's first and the fourth on Boston as a team. Keith Lee into the ball game to give Doherty a breather. Give to West, top side to Lee. Lee, top of the key. Keith Lee over to Elo on the left wing, down the left side to Harper. Harper against Roberts on the left. Harper runs it into the middle, throws up a shot that never got there. Bird and Poquette battle down to the floor, and a foul will be called on Ben Poquette. Well, Poquette picking up his first foul. That is the third on the Cavs as a team. Now Whitworth in a bit of a makeup call there. Right side Ainge. Ainge the lob into McHale, goes in on Lee, forces the shot, it goes in, and he's fouled. McHale with 19 and shows no signs of slowing down. He'll have his 20th point of the line. The foul is on Keith Lee. Lee's first foul, and the Cavaliers' fourth as a team. Hubbard is back into the ball game. Hubbard returns with 6 points, but his job is to stay with Larry Bird. McHale adds the free throw, has 20 points in the game, and the Cavaliers' lead is 7, 49-42. Elo on the left wing against Seasting. Cross court to Mark West on the right wing. West top side to Elo. Elo to the line, into the lane, scoops it up, no. Tipped by West, no. He hits the deck, and a loose ball foul will be charged to Larry Bird. Bird undercutting West and putting him on the deck. Bird with his first foul. That is the second foul. No, it is penalty situation. You have to learn to read your signals. You're not working for CBS tonight, John. You're working for the poor old radio voice of the Cavs. He's flashing me all these Brent Musburger specials here. Dick Stockton may know that stuff. I don't. Here is Mark West at the line for his first free throw. Line drives it home. That's his 5th point of the ball game. West is a 52% free throw shooter. 50-42 Cavs, 6:50 to go, and West's second toss bounces off the iron to McHale. McHale hands it to Dennis Johnson, who's back into the ball game. So the guard combo now is Seasting and Johnson against Harper and Elo. Lob to McHale, hands it back to Johnson, drives from the left of the lane and scores. Dennis Johnson with 8, and the Celtics trail by 6 with 6.5 minutes to play in the first half. Harper brings it into the forecourt. Harper top side to Hubbard. Hubbard to the top of the key. Hubbard over on the right wing to Harper, and in it goes to West. West right of the lane, back out to Harper, deflected ball, grabbed by Harper. Harper gets behind West, goes to the middle. Harper puts it up on the run, off the rim, no good. Rebound Mark West, rights it back up, no good. Banged again, no good off the glass, fumbled out of bounds, Cavs ball. 6:06 to play, first half. Cavs lead 50-44. On the baseline to the left of the basket, Elo. Jumping up and down in front of him, Seasting into Harper, out front to Hubbard. Hubbard runs it into the middle, back out of the left to Harper, back into Hubbard, double pump, put it up and in. Oh, Hubbard has 8, and the Cavaliers lead by 8, 52-44. Into the forecourt, Dennis Johnson. Johnson to the right wing. Johnson stops, lobs to Bird. Bird right side, 10-footer, good. Larry Bird, double figures, 10 points. 52-46 Cleveland. Elo into the forecourt down the right side, drives underneath, gave it to Harper, put it up, blocked by McHale, out of bounds. Cavs ball. After McHale blocked the shot, it came down and hit him in the leg and went out of bounds. Robert Parrish will return to the game. Parrish back in with 6 points and 2 fouls. And Fred Roberts sits down. Roberts down scoreless. On the baseline to the right of the basket, Elo into the right side to Harper, out front to Hubbard. Hubbard at the top of the key, back on the right wing to Harper. Harper inside the 3-point arc into Keith Lee. Lee spins in the lane up for the 6-foot rim, and it fell in, but hold the horn, no hoop. An offensive foul on Keith Lee. That's his second foul, wipes out a basket as well. 52-46 Cleveland, 5:25 to play in the half. Seasting brings the ball into the forecourt of the right wing against Craig Elo. Seasting top side to Bird. Bird outside the 3-point arc. Give to Johnson. Dennis Johnson out front. Over to Bird left wing from 18 feet. Good. Larry Bird with a dozen. And the Cavaliers lead is cut to 4, 52-48, 5:02 to play. Top side to Keith Lee. Lee outside the three-point arc. Left wing to Harper. Harper down the left side to Hubbard. Hubbard shoots over Parrish. In and out. Rebound. McHale hands to Dennis Johnson. Johnson brings it over the timeline into the forecourt of the right wing. Johnson works down the right side to the baseline, and Harper swatted his shot out of bounds. Here comes Hot Rod Williams back into the ball game. Hot Rod returning with 2 points, and Mark West sits down with 5. On the baseline, Bird, but a 20-second timeout will be taken by the Boston Celtics. So the Celtics are taking their 22nd timeout of the first half with 4:43 to play and a 52-48 score. Say, for all Cavs home games, you can find tickets through Teletron. The local number in Cleveland is 524-0000. Or anywhere else in the state of Ohio, the United States, or the world for that matter. How about Teletron's number at 1-800-362-0800. And of course, Ticketron locations throughout northeastern Ohio, including Cavs Corner, located in the Tower City Shopping Center and the Terminal Tower in downtown Cleveland. Boston 8 of 9 in shooting in this quarter. Bird in on the right side to Dennis Johnson. Johnson to Bird in the circle, double team. Bird right of the lane, puts the shot up and in. Larry Bird has decided to take charge of this one, and he has 14 points. 52-50. On the right side, Elo against Seasting. Lob into Harper. Harper right of the lane, doubled by Seasting and Johnson. Out to Keith Lee, back to Harper. Harper from the right side. Comes around Williams. Bounce to Williams. Baseline 6-footer by Hot Rod. Good. No, Hot Rod Williams with 4. And the Cavs push it out to 54-50. And into the forecourt. Seasting on the right side to Larry Bird. Bird to Parrish. Parrish over to Dennis Johnson on the left wing. Johnson against Harper. Back to Bird. Bird sets from 20 out front. Shot off the rim to Hot Rod Williams, out to Harper. Harper coming over the timeline into the forecourt. Goes down to the circle, to the line, into the lane. Scoops for Keith Lee, and Parrish knocked it off Lee and out of bounds. Bagley and Doherty are back into the ball game for the Cavs. Elo and Lee sit down. Into the forecourt comes Seasting with the basketball. 3:45 to play in the first half. Seasting into McHale, backs in, turns right-hand jump hook, didn't go. Rebound Bagley. Bagley coming down the floor with the dribble over the timeline into the forecourt. Bagley on the left wing against Seasting. Out front to Doherty. Doherty between the circles. Back of the left wing to Bagley. Bagley on the three-point arc, top of the key, left of the circle, over to Hubbard. Hubbard lob under to Doherty. Doherty under the basket, put up blocked by McHale, grabbed by Parrish. Parrish over to Dennis Johnson. Johnson comes into the forecourt, down to the circle, stops, feeds it into Bird. The ball knocked away, grabbed by Bagley. Bagley back over the timeline for the Cavs on the left wing. Bagley to the line, stops, back out to Harper. Harper right of the lane. Harper scoops it to Hot Rod, back to Harper. Harper on the right side with 14 on the clock, puts up the jumper on the right wing, off the rim, no good. Rebound Doherty, bangs it to Williams, goes down the lane, puts it up, no good. Tip off the mark, run down in the corner by Larry Bird. Bird fires it down the floor to McHale. McHale against Hubbard at the other end. Left to the lane, into the lane. McHale spins to his left, out to Seasting. Seasting out of the circle. Bounce left to the lane to McHale. McHale double team, top side to Johnson. Johnson runs it down the middle, flips it up off the glass, and we got a foul called on the shot. And the foul is going to be on Brad Doherty. Doherty with his second foul, and the Cavs go over the limit. There will be free throws coming, but right now a timeout called for the Boston Celtics. 2:33 to play in the half, 54-50 Cleveland, and we will take this timeout. In the first quarter elsewhere, Houston 10, Detroit 4 at the Silverdome, and the Rockets will be at the Coliseum Monday afternoon at 5 o'clock, the Twin Towers. Hakeem Olajuwon and Ralph Sampson. Free throws coming in this quarter now. Boston is 9 of 12 from the field. Cavaliers 7 of 22. On the rebounding edge, still in the hands of the Cavs, 19-17. Dennis Johnson to the line to the right. J 4 for 4 at the line. Trying to bring Boston back to within 2, and he gets the first of 2 for his 9th point of the ball game. 54-51. Johnson, ready. it up and in. Dennis Johnson with 10, and the Cavaliers are up by only 2 at 54-52. On the left side, Hubbard. Hubbard out front to Doherty. Doherty against Parrish. Over to Harper. Harper on the three-point arc. Drops it into Hot Rod Williams. Williams right side of the forecourt. Spins on McHale. Back out to Bagley. Unloads from out front. Good. John Bagley with 13 points in the game. And it is 56-52 Cavs. 2:05 to play in the first half. Seasting takes it to the top of the three-point arc. Gives to Parrish. Parrish on the right wing to Bird. Bird against Hubbard. Bird works down the right side against Hubbard. Right of the lane. Works into the middle. Stops for the fadeaway. Off the rim. No good. Rebound. Parrish the fadeaway. Off the rim. No good. Ball bang back outside. Parrish grabs it. Gets to Dennis Johnson. Into the left corner. Seasting. Seasting around Bagley. 12-footer on the left. No good. Rebound banged up in the air. Bird grabs it. Bird in three-point range. Couldn't unload. Into Parrish. Parrish into the lane. Spins baseline. Double pump shot on the rim. In and foul. Now Parrish with 8 will look for 9 at the line. And the foul is on Phil Hubbard. Now they're going to call it on Williams. Hot Rod with his first foul. Well, with the Cavs over the limit, Robert Parrish at the free throw line adds the free throw. Parrish with his 9th point of the ball game, and it is 56-55. Cleveland. Bagley left side to Harper, back to Bagley. Out front to Hot Rod Williams. Williams right side of the circle against McHale. Out on the right side to Harper. Lob it to Doherty. Doherty right of the lane. Goes around Parrish. Hooks it up and in, but the foul came ahead of the basket, and the foul was on Robert Parrish. Parrish has his 3rd foul. And Boston is over the limit. 56-55 Cleveland. Brad Doherty at the free throw line. Doherty 1 for 2 at the line tonight. And his first free throw is good. So Doherty collects his 16th point of the ball game. Greg Kite into the ball game, replacing Parrish. Kite averaging a point and a half a game. 1:16 to play in the half. 57-55, and Doherty hits a pair. Well, Brad Doherty with 17 points, and the Cavaliers lead 58-55. 1:12 to play in the half. To Seasting, back out front to Johnson. Left wing, Bird from 18, drills it. Larry Bird with 16 points in the ball game. 58-57 Cleveland, less than a minute to go in the half. Harper right of the lane. Harper on the dribble against Dennis Johnson. Down to the baseline, right of the lane, out to Doherty. Back in the middle, Hot Rod turns and lays it in. Hot Rod Williams with 6. Cavaliers 60-57, 47 seconds to play in the half. Dennis Johnson on the left wing against Harper. The lob into McHale. McHale backs in on Hot Rod, turns, and Harper blocked his shot from behind and out of bounds. 60-57 Cleveland, 40 seconds to play in the half. Bird to the baseline, gives to Dennis Johnson. Johnson right side of the forecourt, bounce back into McHale, puts it up, and he walked with the ball, no hoop. So the Cavs get a break and the ball back. Williams into Bagley. 34 seconds to play in the half. Ahead of the timeline to Harper. Harper on the right wing with a half minute to go in the first half. Harper in three-point range on the wing against Johnson. The bounce into Doherty, comes around Greg Kite, gets in under the basket, out front to Bagley. Bagley measures the 3, on the rim, no. Rebound, Hot Rod spins, hooks it up and in with the right hand. Williams with 8, and the Cavs lead 62-57. 15 seconds to play in the first half. Dennis Johnson takes it into the forecourt of the right wing to the right sideline against Harper. 8 seconds. Dennis Johnson, the bounce to Bird. Bird right of the lane, turns to his right, baseline jumper, good. Larry Bird with 18, 12 in this period out of the backcourt. Bagley short of the mark on the shot from about 60 feet down the floor, and the first half is history. At the intermission, the Cleveland Cavaliers 62, the Boston Celtics 59. McHale has a total of 9 field goals and 2 out of 3 from the line. McHale with 20 points and a foul. Robert Parrish with 3 field goals and 3 out of 3 from the line. 9 points for Parrish with 3 fouls. Jerry Seasting a basket for 2 with 2 fouls. Freddie Roberts played but did not score. For the Cavaliers, John Bagley, 6 field goals and a free throw, 13 points and 2 fouls for Bagley. Brad Doherty with an outstanding first half. Came up with 7 field goals, 3 out of 4 from the line. Doherty with 17 points, 2 fouls. Craig Elo played but did not score. Ron Harper had an 11-point first quarter on 4 field goals and 3 out of 3 from the line. That's 11 points for Harper with a foul. Phil Hubbard, 4 baskets, 8 points and a foul. Keith Lee played, did not score. He has 2 fouls. Johnny Newman with a foul. Ben Poquette with a foul. Mark West, 2 baskets, 1 for 2 at the line and 5 points. And John Hot Rod Williams, 4 baskets, 8 points and a foul. Repeating our unofficial numbers for the first half, Boston hit 23 of 42 for 55%, and the Cavs 27 of 54 for 50% of the rebounds, even at 20 and 20. Those are unofficial numbers provided to us by John Creed, now in government work here in the state of Massachusetts, so obviously a man who has to be familiar with numbers. Say no more than that. I tell you, you really don't realize how good the stats crew in Cleveland is until you go some of these other places in the league where statistics are a sometimes thing. I mean, this is going to cost me a big meal after the ball game to get this kind of service, because I know that statistics get up here along with the next ice age. Well, there is Mike. Second half with the ball, moving left to right on your radio dial. Doherty at the top of the key on the right wing to Harper. Harper, the bounce into Hot Rod, goes under the hoop, gives to Hubbard, flips it up over the hoop and grabbed by McHale. Cavs start the second half up by 3. Into the forecourt, Dennis Johnson. Johnson for the Boston Celtics on the left wing. Johnson on the 3-point arc, dribbling with the right hand against Harper. Out front to Bird. Lob it to Parrish in the lane. Turns, comes down the middle, muscles it up, in and foul. Oh, Parrish with 11 will look for 12 at the line. He could tie the ball game. Foul is on Brad Doherty. Doherty with his 3rd foul. 62-61. The man they call the Chief is 3 for 3 at the line. Robert Parrish. Now what? We've got Earl Strom over to the scorers table checking something out. Yep, the deal that sent Cedric Maxwell from the San Diego Clippers to the Houston Rockets includes a 1st round in '87 from Houston to San Diego and a 3rd round in 1989. That's right. The Clippers. Free throw. Good. Parrish with a dozen, and this ball game is all tied up at 62. First tie since it was tied at 4. Out front, Doherty on the left wing to Bagley. Bagley outside the 3-point arc, runs it down the left side, gets Parrish out of the way. Bird covers, lob back out to Harper. Harper goes into the lane for the 10-footer, off the rim, no good. Rebound, Parrish. John Williams knocked it over to Harper. He runs it inside and finger rolls it with the left hand. Harper with 13 points in the ball game, and the Cavaliers are back on top at 64-62. Into the forecourt, Ainge against Bagley. Ainge, the bounce to Johnson. Dennis Johnson, the flip right of the lane to Parrish, goes into the lane for the 8-footer. Good. Well, Robert Parrish has succeeded in tying the ball game again, this time at 64. And into the forecourt, Bagley will bring the ball. Yes, those are the Los Angeles Clippers, folks. And the Houston Rockets will review the trade again when we get a chance. Bagley on the 3-point arc on the right wing, holding the ball over his head, out front to Hubbard. Hubbard in the circle, left to the key to Hot Rod Williams. Pass into Doherty, turns underneath, and Ainge stole the ball. Ainge coming up over the timeline into the forecourt. Ainge flips it out to Bird, fires underneath to McHale, fumbles the ball, got it back and put it in. McHale with 22, and the Cavaliers are going to take time. Timeout here at Boston Garden. 10:06 to play in the 3rd quarter. Boston now leads 66-64, and we will take this timeout. 10:06 to play in the 3rd quarter. Boston has its first lead since it was 5-4 in the first period. Boston has hit all 3 of their shots in this period. The Cavs 1 of 3. Again, Cedric Maxwell traded from the Los Angeles Clippers to the Houston Rockets for a first round in '87 and a third round in '89. All right, Cleveland with the ball, down by 2. Right wing Bagley, out front to Hubbard. Hubbard to the top of the key. Hubbard against Larry Bird. Over on the left wing to Harper. Harper outside the three-point arc, holding the ball over his head. 8 on the shot clock into Doherty. Doherty left to the lane, back and into McHale. Turns to his right, pass to Hubbard, deflected back to Doherty. Put it up, no good. Rebound swatted up, no good. Baseline out of bounds, and it will be Boston ball. 9:41 to play, third quarter. 66-64 Boston. Dennis Johnson into the forecourt between the circles. Johnson, top of the three-point arc, hands to Bird, now to Ainge. Ainge, top of the three-point arc, left wing, Bird, 20-footer, good. Larry Bird with 20 points in the ball game, and Boston opens up a 4-point advantage, 68-64. Bagley, right wing, top side to Hot Rod Williams. Williams back on the right wing to Bagley. Bagley to Harper. Harper right of the lane. Harper against Dennis Johnson. Harper drives the baseline in under, flips it up and in. What a shot by Harper. Harper with 15, and some of the Boston faithful give him a round of applause for that one. Dennis Johnson, lob to the right side to Bird. Bird right side of the forecourt, doubled up. Lobs into Parrish, bounce out to Dennis Johnson, knocked away by Bagley. Ricochets to Williams, ahead to Bagley. Flip to Harper, drives on Bird, into the air, flips it up and in. Ron Harper with 17, and the Cavaliers come right back and tie the ball game at 68. Boston ball. Bird the lob into McHale. McHale backs in on Williams, turns and draws the foul. As McHale faked, Williams jumped into him. Hot Rod has his second foul. Cavaliers second as a team here in the third quarter. Game tied at 68, and Kevin McHale goes to the free throw line. McHale has 22 points in the ball game. He is 2 for 3 at the free throw line, and his first one is on the rim and bounces in. 23 points for McHale. 69-68 Boston. 8:30 to play, and McHale hits again. 24 for Kevin McHale, and the Cavs are down by 2, 70-68. Left corner, Harper to Bagley on the wing. Out front to Williams. Williams off to the right side, checked by Parrish into Harper. Flips it up, tried it again, got it in the third time. Ron Harper with 19 points. He had 11 in the first quarter, didn't score in the second. Down the floor comes Ainge. Ainge off to the left side against Bagley. Into Parrish, comes around Doherty and slams it with the right hand. Parrish with 16 points in the game, and it is 72-70 Boston. On the right wing, Harper. Harper the bounce into Doherty. Doherty right of the lane. Doherty moves in on Parrish. Turn, shot blocked by Parrish. Grabbed by Hubbard. Hubbard on the right side of the forecourt. Hubbard sets but gives it out front to Bagley. He unloads the 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Hot Rod bangs it over to Hubbard. Hubbard right of the lane, back into Williams. Williams in the lane. Double pump, jump hook, up and in. Williams with 10 points in the game, and the Cavaliers knot it this time at 72. On the right wing, Ainge. Ainge stops. The bounce top side to McHale. Over to Johnson. Dennis Johnson, top side to Bird. 20-footer in the air. No good. Rebound, banged up in the air. Hubbard knocks it outside to Harper. Harper coming over the timeline. Harper to the line, to the lane, to the hoop. Put it on the rim, no good. Rebound, Parrish. Parrish out to Bird. Bird into the forecourt. Bird stops, checked by Hubbard. Give to Johnson down the lane. Scoops it up with the right hand, no good. Hot Rod Williams with a rebound to Bagley. Down the floor to Harper on the right wing. Harper goes in on Parrish in the lane, then backs out, flips it into Doherty. Right hand jump hook, good. Brad Doherty with 19 points in the ball game, and the Cavs go back on top, 74-72. 6:39 to play, third quarter. Dennis Johnson on the right wing to Bird. Now to Parrish. Parrish out front to Ainge. Ainge into McHale. McHale backs in, spins to his left, puts it up and in. McHale with 26 points in the game, and it is 74-74. On the right side, Harper, one-on-one with Dennis Johnson, out front to Doherty. Doherty back to Harper on the right wing. Harper outside the three-point arc, comes behind Doherty and unloads the 18-footer. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Bird. Bird to Ainge. Ainge coming down the floor with a dribble into the forecourt against Bagley on the right wing, right side of the circle. Ainge still on the right wing. unloads the three-pointer. Nope, rebound, Hot Rod Williams. Out to Bagley. Bagley coming over the timeline. Bagley goes down to the key, stops at the line, give to Harper underneath the Hubbard. Hubbard in the crowd, put it up, blocked by Perry. Grabbed by Dennis Johnson. Johnson comes over the timeline, comes around Harper into the middle. Johnson put it up, rejected by Hot Rod Williams. Loose on the floor, grabbed by Bagley. Down the floor to Harper. Harper goes to the line, into the lane, up with a right-hander. Nope, tipped by Doherty. Nope, rebound on the floor. Doherty under to Harper. Harper put it up with a slam. Harper with 21 points in the ball game, and the Cavaliers lead again at 76-74. 5:20 to play in the third quarter. Ainge into the forecourt. Ainge stops, flips the ball to Parrish. Parrish right side of the circle. Back to Ainge on the right side. Drops it, picks it up. Bagley covers. Ainge the lob to Bird. Bird double team. Back out to Ainge. Sideline right down to the baseline. Now to Bird. Right wing. 20-footer. Good. Larry Bird with 22. And it's tied again at 76. So the Cavs are going to take timeout. Timeout, 4:58 to play in the third quarter. The game is tied at 76, and we will take this timeout. Thus far in this quarter, Boston is 7 of 11 to the Cavs 7 of 18. The rebounding edge to Cleveland 9-5. There have been 10 lead changes and 8 ties in the ball game thus far. Keith Lee comes back in to play center for the Cavs. Craig Elo checks in to replace Ron Harper. Harper sitting down with 21 points. 4:54 to play. The game is tied at 76. Right wing Hubbard. Hubbard over to Hot Rod Williams on the left side to Elo. Craig Elo, one bounce on the left. Elo the flip into Hubbard. Hubbard left to the lane against Bird. Out front to Bagley. 20-footer in the air. Right there. John Bagley has 15 points in the ball game. And the Cavaliers lead again by 2 at 78-76. Into the forecourt, Dennis Johnson. Right wing to Ainge, covered by Bagley. Ainge the bounce out front to Parrish. Parrish at the top of the key. Give to Dennis Johnson. Johnson on the three-point arc. Johnson over to Bird. Right wing from 18. Good again. Larry Bird with 24, and Boston knots the game at 78. Into the forecourt, Bagley. Bagley right wing. Gives right sideline to Hot Rod Williams. Williams to Keith Lee. Lee out front against Parrish. Back on the right wing to Bagley. Into Williams. Williams right of the lane. Goes in. Double pump. Flips it up. In and foul. Oh, Hot Rod Williams with a dozen. Will look for 13 at the line. Foul is on Kevin McHale. That is his second. That is only the first foul, if you can believe that, on Boston in the third quarter. Hot Rod Williams with his first free throw. Up, in and out. Rebound, McHale. Cavs were 8 of 10 of the free throw line in the first half. Into the forecourt, Dennis Johnson. Johnson, right wing, double team by Bagley and Elo. Down in the corner to Ainge, whose jump shot is in. Danny Ainge with his first points of the ball game. And the Celtics have tied it up at 80. Into the forward court, Bagley right side, Keith Lee from 10, an air ball over the hoop, and Elo dropped the ball, but he dropped it to the back of Dennis Johnson's head, and it went out of bounds. So the Cavs get the ball on the baseline. Bagley will inbound it to the left of the basket. He looks, he bounces right under to Keith Lee, who put it up, didn't get it. Keith got it back, muscles it up again, no good, and this time an offensive foul is called on Keith Lee. That's 3 fouls on Keith Lee. Boston with a chance to regain the lead. 3:25 to play in the third quarter. Dennis Johnson to the forecourt against Bagley. Out front to Bird between the circles. Bird dribbling against Hubbard to the left wing. Bird stops, lobs it in to McHale, goes into the lane, hooks it up. Goaltending, Keith Lee got it on the way down. Now McHale with a 28-point ball game. 13 in the first quarter, second of the 7th period, and 8 thus far here in the third. Bagley topside to Hubbard. Hubbard at the top of the key. Hubbard holding the ball over his head to Elo on the left wing. Craig Elo drops it into Williams. Williams left of the lane into the middle, running right hand, hook off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound Parrish. Parrish to Dennis Johnson. Johnson takes it to the timeline, 2:50 to go, third quarter. DJ on the left wing. Johnson outside, but a whistle and what? We've got a 3-second violation on the Cavaliers. Elo inbounds to Bagley. 2:44 to play in the third quarter. Bagley comes through the center circle to the top of the three-point arc. Bagley on the left side to Craig Elo. Elo lobs it into Williams. John Williams on the left side of the lane against McHale. Williams moves in on him, flips to Elo, ball deflected out front. Elo gets it away and unloads the three from out front on the rim, and it falls in. Craig Elo got a three-pointer on a ricochet, and the Cavaliers are up 83-82. Into the forecourt, Dennis Johnson. Johnson to the three-point arc. Johnson to Parrish. Parrish hands the ball to Ainge. Ainge out front against Bagley. Bounce to Bird. Bird against Hubbard. Bird to the circle. Bird in the circle. Bounce down the lane right by Ainge and out of bounds. Cavs get the ball back. Here comes Doherty back into the ball game. Brad Doherty in with 19 points and 3 fouls, and Keith Lee sits down scoreless. Into Hot Rod Williams, back to Bagley. Inside 2 minutes to play in the third quarter, and the Cavs lead 83-82. Up to the timeline, Bagley. Bagley outside the three-point arc. Dribbling with the right hand. Bagley stops, bounced down the middle of Hot Rod, went up with a slam against Robert Parrish. What did he call? He said the basket is good. I couldn't tell from this altitude what Earl was signaling. 85-82 on the right wing, Ainge, and as Ainge hooks toward the circle, Bagley fouled him. Oh, Bagley with his third foul, and on the Cavaliers, their third as a team. Boston is 10 of 14 in shooting. Dennis Johnson and Kevin McHale sit down with Seasting and Roberts back of the ball game for Boston. Ainge into Bird. Bird backing in on Hubbard. Turns around, deals it under to Parrish. Parrish put it up, and he is fouled of the shot. So it puts Boston at the line, 85-82 Cleveland. The foul was on Craig Elo. That's his first and the Cavs' fourth. And the free throw for Parrish up and in. Robert Parrish with his 17th point of the ball game. He's 4 to make it 5 out of 5 of the line. Second toss up and in, 18 for Parrish. And the Cavaliers lead is cut to 1, 85-84. On the left wing, Bagley. Bagley against Seasting. Bagley work on the left side, comes around Doherty, then back down the left side, under to Doherty, takes it to the basket, rolls it on the rim and in. Doherty with 21 points in the ball game. Cleveland 87-84. 1:03 to play, third quarter. Ainge on the left side, out front to Seasting. Seasting stops in the three-point arc. Right side to Bird, doubled by Doherty and Hubbard. Back to Seasting. On the left side, Ainge. Ainge 22 feet away on the left hit. Ainge with 4. 86 for Boston, 87 for the Cavs. 46 seconds to play, third quarter. Left side, Bagley. In it goes to Doherty. Doherty doubled, drives on Parrish baseline, bounce to Hot Rod. Hot Rod to the hole, slams it home. Hot Rod Williams with 16 points in the ball game, half of them in this period. 89-86 Cleveland. 37 seconds to play in the third quarter. Ainge comes down for a three and nails it. Ainge came right to the left wing and blasted home the three-pointer, and that ties the ball game at 89. Elo on the wing. Elo to the right sideline. 22 seconds to play. Lob it to Doherty. Doherty, right of the lane. Cross-court Bagley, left wing. He measures a three. Good! John Bagley, 18 points in the game. Cavs back on top by 3, 92-89. Into the forecourt of the left wing. Seasting, top side to Ainge. Ainge against Elo, 8 seconds. Ainge, bounce to Bird. Bird right side of the forecourt, double team. Pass into Parrish. Parrish in on Bagley. Turnaround shot, good. And he beat the buzzer with it. Parrish with 20, and the score at the end of 3. Cleveland 92, Boston 91. Now, before we do anything else, let's pause for station identification. This is the Cleveland Cavaliers Radio Basketball Network.
This is Ed Corey. This winter, you can depend on us for all of your weather, closing, traffic, and emergency information here on Mid-America's Superstation, WWWE Cleveland.
Well, in the third quarter, Boston shot an outstanding 13 of 17 from the field and 5 of 5 from the line. The Cavs 14 of 18 in shooting from the field and 0 for 1 from the line. For the ball game, Boston shooting 60%, Cleveland 50%. In the third quarter alone, 11 lead changes and 9 ties. Very well played ball game. Boston with 9 turnovers and the Cavs with only 7. Seasting into the forecourt against Bagley as the fourth quarter gets underway. Give to Roberts at the top of the key. Roberts to Ainge at the top of the circle against Elo. Right of the lane to Parrish up with a 10-footer. Good. Well, Robert Parrish has 22, and Boston regains the lead at 93-92. Ball into Doherty. Doherty right of the lane, but a whistle and an illegal defense of the Boston Celtics. Freddie Roberts. That is a warning at this juncture. The first one of those called for either side tonight. 93-92 Boston. 11:36 to play in the game. Hubbard lobs the ball into Williams. Hot rod top of the key to Doherty. Doherty holding the ball at the top of the circle. Dribbles once. Gives to Elo. Elo out in three-point range, but still time on the clock. Comes down the left side. Checked by Parrish. And Parrish reached in for the ball, then whacked Elo on the arm. So Robert Parrish with his 4th foul of the ball game. Houston 60, Detroit 50 at the half. Here comes Harper back into the ball game. Harper returns with 21 points, and Bagley sits down with 18. Harper underneath the hot rod, and he sailed to the hole and rammed it. 18 points for Hot Rod Williams. Cavaliers regain the lead at 94-93. Out front, Bird. Bird, top side to Ainge. Ainge against Harper on the left side. Bird steps out for a 3. The ball sailed through the hole, but a whistle and a foul called ahead of the shot. Foul is on Hubbard. Bill Hubbard's 2nd foul. Freddie Roberts replaced in the Boston lineup. And Dennis Johnson is coming back in as well. Seasting sits down. With the ball into McHale, back to Bird. Bird left side, baseline shot off the iron. Rebound off the hand of Mark West. Grabbed by Ainge, out to Bird, off to McHale. McHale left to the lane, spins, fadeaway shot, beauty. McHale with 30 points in the ball game. And down the floor come the Cavs, trailing by 1, 95-94. Harper on the left wing, left side to West, stolen by McHale. Down the floor to Johnson, driving down the middle, puts it up on the rebound. Now Dennis Johnson with a dozen, and the Cavs take a quick timeout. And this crowd getting excited for the first time tonight. 10:34 to play in the ball game. Boston 97, Cleveland 94, and we will take this timeout. I want to say hi and good luck to the Cavs from the Goff family from Lakewood, and also a tip of the hat to Bill Wilhelm and family out in Talmadge, Ohio. Right now, the Cavs find themselves down by 3. Craig Elo on the right wing. Boston has hit 16 of his last 21 shots from the floor. Mark West into Harper, knocked away by Dennis Johnson and out of bounds. 97-94 Boston. Boston has 4 timeouts left, and the Cavs 2. Elo, baseline, left to the basket. Lob to Harper on the left wing. Out front to Hubbard. Hubbard in the circle against Bird. Comes down the lane. Back out to Harper. Harper on the left side. Harper in the middle to Doherty. Turns, ball knocked away. Grabbed by Ainge. Ainge with the backcourt. Ainge coming over the timeline into the forecourt off of the left side to Johnson. DJ into McHale. McHale back out to Bird. Bird on the right wing to Ainge. 20-footer. Nope. Rebound McHale, bangs it off the glass out to Doherty to Harper. Harper into the forecourt of the wing. Drives on Bird. Puts it up with the right hand. Spins it around the rim. No good. Ball knocked out of bounds. Back to Boston. 97-94 Boston. 9:52 to play. Lenny Wilkins very unhappy about that last call. Ainge on the right wing. Ainge gives to Bird. Bird lobs the ball to Parrish. Parrish right of the circle. Parrish back out to Ainge from the top of the key. Good. Danny Ainge with 9. And the Cavaliers find themselves down by 5 at 99-94. 9:27 to play in the ball game. Elo, top side to West, on the left wing to Hubbard. Hubbard on the left side, down deep to Doherty, gets under the basket, tried the reverse layup, and he is fouled into the basket. Foul fouled by Parrish. Parrish. That's 5 fouls on Parrish. And it puts Doherty at the free throw line. Brad Doherty with 21 points in the ball game. Boston with their biggest lead of the night. Doherty with a free throw, no good. Doherty had hit 3 out of 4 before that miss. Earl Strom working this one tonight with Mel Whitworth. Gives the ball back to Doherty, and Doherty going to try and split the pair. Second toss, good. Brad Doherty with a 22-point ball game, and the Cavaliers trail 99 to 95. And into the forecourt come the Boston Celtics. Johnson to the top of the key. Give to Ainge. Ainge top of the circle against Elo. Ainge around to McHale. Pick right wing 20-footer. Drills it. Danny Ainge has 11 points, and most of them come in the last 10 minutes. 101-95. 8:54 to play in the ball game. Harper walks the dribble and picks up the tempo. Comes into the forecourt of the right wing. Harper dribbling with the left hand. Dennis Johnson on him. Top side to Doherty. Ball inside off the hand of Mark West. Grabbed by Ainge. Ainge coming down the floor. Flips it over to Bird. Bird right wing. Pulls up for a 3. Can't shoot it against Hot Rod. To Parrish. Back out to Bird. There goes the 3. Nope. Rebound Mark West. West hangs on. Gives the ball to Harper. Harper comes into the forecourt of the wing. Left to the lane. Dennis Johnson steals the ball. Johnson down the floor to the circle. Veers off to the right side. Out to Bird. Back to Johnson, right side 20-footer, in and out. Rebound grabbed by Brad Doherty. The bounce out to Harper. Harper at the timeline, and the Cavs take another timeout. Timeout with a 8:11 reading. Boston on top, 101-95, and we will take this timeout. Now Boston has outscored Cleveland in this final period 10-3. One thing that has come back to haunt the Cavs are the turnovers. They're playing 3 quarters of excellent basketball. They have turned the ball over 4 times in the 4th quarter already. Bagley on the left side to Hot Rod Williams. Freddie Roberts into the ball game now for Boston. Mark West out at the 3-point arc. Off of the left side to Doherty, deflected by Ainge. It hit Doherty on the hand and went out of bounds. And now wait a minute. Strom got all ready to point down the other way and then thought it over and changed his mind. Gave it to the Cavs. Harper out front to Doherty. Doherty top of the key. Off on the right wing to Harper. He's in 3-point range and missed it. Rebound slapped by Doherty to Mark West. Hooks it up and in with the right hand. Oh, Mark West has 7 points in the ball game. And the Cavaliers find themselves down by 4 at 101-97. 7:39 to play. Off the left side to Dennis Johnson. Johnson pass into McHale, and Doherty gave a little whack and picked up the foul. Brad Doherty with his 4th foul. Cavaliers with their 2nd team foul. Bird near side of the forecourt into Roberts, back to Bird. Bird sideline left into McHale. McHale bumping off Doherty, doubled by West, who took the ball away, and then they scramble for it. Jump ball. McHale and West will jump in the Boston circle. 101-97 Boston, 7:28 to play. Ball tapped by McHale, but out to Bagley, and Bagley into the forecourt, driving the wing into the lane, throws it up as he goes. It falls off, and he is fouled. And the foul will be on Danny Ainge. That's Ainge's 3rd, Boston's 3rd as a team. Bagley at the free throw line. Baggs has 18 points in the ball game tonight, 1 for 1 of the line. He's also at a 3-point field goal. Bagley's first up and in. 19 for John Bagley. He had only 4 points and 5 assists in the first meeting. Bagley's 2nd, good. So Bagley with 20, and the Cavaliers cut it to 2. 101-99. 7:20 to play in the ball game. Dennis Johnson into the forecourt. Johnson the bounce to McHale. Hands it back to DJ. Drives to the basket and scores for the right hand. Dennis Johnson with 14. Cavs trail 103-99. Right wing Harper. Harper into West. West in the lane. Turns to his right. Back to his left. Went up and slammed it with the left hand. 9 points for Mark West. And it's 103-101 Boston. 6:54 to play. On the left wing, Dennis Johnson with Parrish getting ready to come back. Johnson drives to the middle, puts it up, didn't get it. West with the foul. Johnson staggered by the collision, rolling on the floor. West has his first foul. The Cavaliers 3 as a team. Robert Parrish coming into the ball game. Parrish back in with 22 points and 5 fouls, and Fred Roberts sits down. Dennis Johnson to the free throw line. Just 14 points in the ball game and is at 6 of 6 at the stripe. Johnson up and in. DJ had an uneventful third quarter. He failed to score in it after 4 in the first period and 6 in the second, but he now has a 15-point ball game cooking. 104-101. Johnson again, in and out, back in. 16 for Dennis Johnson, and the Cavaliers again trail by 4, 105-101. Bagley to Harper, into Doherty. Doherty left to the lane, back out to Bagley. Bagley in three-point range against Bird, drops it in to Doherty. Doherty back it in on Parrish down to the baseline, doubled by Bird. Bounce to Bagley, fumble the ball out of bounds. Good pressure defense for the Boston Celtics. Ainge into Dennis Johnson, and Boston takes time. Timeout, 6:23 to play in the ball game. It is 105-101 Boston, and we will take this timeout. When you stop to realize that Boston has now hit 19 of its last 26 shots from the field, 6 of 9 in this quarter, it is amazing that the Cavs are within 4. Shows you gives you some idea of just how well the Cavs have played tonight, trailing 105-101 with 6:23 left in the ball game. Boston is 42 of 70 in shooting for the ball game, and the Cavs are 44 of 88. Dennis Johnson brings it into the forecourt for Boston. Off on the right side to Larry Bird. Bird holding the ball over his head against Hot Rod Williams into McHale. McHale right of the lane, backs it on West. Steps, shoots, good off the glass. McHale with a 32-point ball game. One more than he got the last time he saw the Cavs. 107-101 Boston. 5:58 to play. Harper, right wing, right side to West. West outside the three-point arc. Out front to Doherty. On the left wing to Bagley. Bagley deals it off to Harper. Harper backs out with 7 on the shot clock. Into Williams. Williams hook pass out to Bagley. Bagley 2 on the clock. Bagley going to have to unload it. He doesn't get it off in time. 24-second violation. Bring Hubbard back into the game. Phil back in with 8 points, 2 fouls, and Mark West sits down. 107-101 Boston. 5:37 to play in the ball game. Dennis Johnson takes it into the forecourt. Off of the left side to Ainge. Ainge into McHale. McHale left to the lane. Backs in. Outside to Dennis Johnson. Johnson gets the deflected pass and gets it back into McHale. Turnaround fadeaway on the baseline. In and out. Rebound Harper. Harper with the basketball. Cavs are down by 6 with 5:18 to go. Harper the lob under to Hot Rodney. Missed the slam off the iron. Give to Parrish. Parrish takes it into the forecourt with a pass to Johnson. Now to Bird. Bird into Parrish. Threw it away on the right side. Cavs get the ball back. 5:06 to play in the ball game. For the Celtics, that is only their 11th turnover of the ball game, second of the period. Cavs with 13 turnovers in the game. 5 of them have come in this period. Bagley to the top of the key. Off of the left side to Harper. Harper into the lane. Right wing Bagley from 18. Good. John Bagley has 22 points in the game. And the Cavaliers cut it to 4. 107-103. Into the forecourt, Dennis Johnson. Johnson on the right wing against Harper. Johnson the lob to Bird. Bird right of the lane. Doubled up. Bounce inside. Knocked away by Williams. Grabbed by Doherty. Head to Harper. Harper driving on Ainge, who tackles him. And it will be a breakaway foul. Danny Ainge with his 4th foul. Harper will shoot. Now, wait a minute. There's an argument here. Yeah, I thought they had signaled breakaway. I thought Whitworth had. He has indeed signaled breakaway foul. So it's 2 shots and possession for the Cavs, and that brings the Boston coaching staff up. Even Auerbach is standing. You never give Boston a breakaway foul in Boston. It's anti-religious. Harper hitting the first free throw for his 22nd point of the ball game. 107-104. Harper again. On the rim, and it rattled in. 23 for Harper. Hubbard will inbound on the far side of the forecourt. 107 to 105. Boston by 2 into Harper. Harper on the sideline. Harper working to the left wing, left of the circle. Bounce into Williams. Williams back out to Harper. Harper fakes, goes to the line, into the lane, lost the ball. And he passed the ball to himself. It's a traveling violation. The ball popped out of his hands. When it came down, Hubbard was trying to grab it, and Harper grabbed it instead, and that's traveling. 107-105 Boston, 4:16 to play in the ball game. Into the forecourt, Dennis Johnson. Johnson outside the three-point arc, dribbling with the right hand. Johnson, the bounce to Bird, down the middle, runs into Hot Rod, scores anyway, and he is fouled. Well, Hot Rod Williams picking up the foul. That's his third. Bird the basket. He has 26. He'll look for 27 at the line. 4:06 to play in the game, and Bird's free throw is up and in. 27 for Larry Bird. That is 110-105 Boston. On the left wing, Bagley out front to Doherty. Doherty back of the left wing to Bagley. Bagley holding the ball over his head into Hubbard. Hubbard in the lane, throws an elbow into Bird, throws up the shot. It didn't drop, but he is fouled. And the foul is on Parrish, and he's gone. Robert Parrish is fouled out of the game. Parrish out with 3:53 left in the ball game. Hot Rod Williams departs. No, he does not. He just goes back here to talk to Lenny Wilkins. Waiting now, Freddie Roberts will be the substitution. Well, Parrish sits down with 22 points. 3:53 left in the ball game. Hubbard's first free throw, good. Joe Hubbard at the line for the first time tonight as his 9th point in the contest. Hubbard again, good. Hubbard with 10. Cavs trail 110 to 107. 3:52 to play in the ball game. Dennis Johnson takes the ball into the forecourt. Lob into McHale. McHale right of the circle. McHale feeds under to DJ. Put it up. No good. Followed by Roberts. No good. Ball stolen away by Bagley on the rebound. Bagley over the timeline down to the circle. Flipped to Doherty. Runs it inside. Laid it up. No good. Tipped by Hubbard. No good. And a foul has been called. Foul on Hubbard, I believe. It's a penalty situation, and they'll hike it down to the line. It is Phil Hubbard's third foul. Shooting the free throws will be Kevin McHale, and that should be money in the bank. He has 32 points in the ball game. McHale missed one back in the first quarter. He hits that one. 33 for McHale, and it is 111 to 107 Boston with 3:33 left in the ball game. Another toss and in. 34 for Kevin McHale. Cavs trail 112 to 107. 3:29 to play. Bagley on the left wing. Out front to Hubbard. Hubbard on the three-point arc. Right wing to Bagley. Bagley into Williams. Williams turns into the middle. Puts up a shot. Rim and bouncing in. Hot Rod Williams with 20 points in the game. 112 to 109 Boston. 3:11 to play in the ball game. Into the forecourt comes Dennis Johnson. Johnson. Topside to Bird. Hubbard reaching for the ball. Whacked Larry Bird on the reach and picked up a foul. 4 fouls on Hubbard. Bird will shoot free throws. Bird has 27 points in the ball game. Cleveland trails by 3. Bird gets the ball from Earl Strom. Line to the left. Puts it up and in. Bird has his 28th point of the ball game, and the Cavaliers trail by 4 at 113 to 109. Second toss, good. Bird with a 29-point ball game. Into the forecourt, Bagley on the left wing to the left side. Bagley sets right on the three-point arc into Doherty. Doherty left side of the forecourt against McHale. Doherty back out to Bagley, unloads the 20-footer, good. John Bagley with 24, and the Cavaliers cut it again to 3 at 114 to 111. Into the forecourt, Dennis Johnson, 2:40 to play in the ball game. Johnson outside the three-point arc. Top side to Ainge on the left wing against Bagley. Ainge the bounce to Bird. Bird lob into McHale. McHale on the lane for the fadeaway. Good. Kevin McHale with 36. And it is 116 to 111. Cavs are 6 of 9 in this fourth quarter. And Doherty double teamed on the baseline by McHale and Bird. And one of the two is about to be nailed for a foul. McHale, I believe. It is Kevin McHale. That's his third foul. And at the free throw line, Brad Doherty. Doherty has 22 points in the ball game. Up, good. Doherty with 23 on the scoreboard. Houston 70, Detroit 57. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter, and just getting underway. Milwaukee 23, Dallas 15 with a minute to go in the first quarter. Doherty, line to the right, shoots again, good. Brad Doherty with 24, and the Cavaliers trail again by 3 at 116 to 113. 2:12 to play in the ball game. Into the forecourt, Dennis Johnson. Johnson gives to McHale, back to Johnson. Johnson off to the left side against Harper. Johnson on the three-point arc, out front to Bird. Bird, top of the key, to the line, into the lane, off to the left side, Johnson, 20-footer, good. Dennis Johnson with 18 points in the game. 118-113 Boston, 1:53 to play. Bagley on the right wing to Harper, runs it into the lane, deals it over to Doherty, left side 8-footer, off the rim, no good. McHale with a rebound. McHale to Johnson. Dennis Johnson up to the timeline. 1:40 to go. Boston by 5. DJ drives up to the left-hander on the rim. No. McHale had the ball taken away by Hubbard. Hubbard down the floor to Harper. Harper on the right wing. Goes in on Ainge. Blocking foul. Ainge. Danny Ainge with his 5th foul. And that puts them over the limit. They peel Ainge off the floor and will send the Cavs to the free throw line. 118-113. Harper will shoot the free throws. Harper has a 23-point ball game. 1:30 to play. Harper ready, aims, and fires the first. Hits the rim and falls off. Bagley with 24. Doherty with 24. Harper with 23, and Williams with 20. Harper, good. Well, Harper has 24 points in the ball game, and the Cavaliers trail by 4 with 1:26 to go. On the right wing, Bird into McHale. McHale right side of the circle, turns, lobs inside, knocked away by Doherty, picked off the floor by Dennis Johnson on the right. DJ against Harper. Dribbling on the three-point arc, bounce into Bird. Bird against Hubbard. Bird turns baseline, flips it up, blocked by Hot Rod Williams, and a foul has been called. And the foul is on Phil Hubbard. Hubbard with his 5th foul, 4 of them in this period. 118-114 Boston. Larry Bird goes to the line. Bird with a 29-point ball game, hits the first of 2. That's his 30th of the night. Bird's best night of the year is 38. Bird measures another one. Good. Bird with 31. And it is 120-114 Boston with 1:05 to play. On the left side, Bagley. Bagley outside the three-point arc. Bounce to Doherty. Doherty back out to Bagley. Bagley on the left wing against Ainge. Into Doherty. Goes in on McHale. Put it up, and the ball knocked away by McHale and out of bounds. 53 seconds to play. On the baseline, Bagley, there are 8 seconds on the shot clock. Bagley looks, flips to Harper. Harper on the left side drives the baseline, puts up a shot. It hits the rim, bounces off, but he's fouled. And the foul is on Dennis Johnson. Dennis Johnson's 2nd foul. DJ had the first foul of the ball game, and he may have the last. 120-114 Boston, 51 seconds left in the game. Harper looking for points 25 and 26. His first, good. 25 for Ron Harper. And the Cavs are down by 5 at 120-115 with 51 seconds left in the ball game. Harper, line right, sights it, shoots it, got it. 26 for Harper. Cavaliers trail by 4 at 120 to 116, 47 seconds left. Johnson up to the timeline into the forecourt against Harper. Johnson on the right wing, on the dribble, 40 seconds to go. Johnson still on the bounce of the ball. 10 on the shot clock. Harper steals the ball from Johnson, and the ball knocked away by Dennis Johnson and out of bounds. So Harper with the steal gives the ball to the Cavs down into their own basket, and Cleveland's going to take the 20. Cavaliers take a 20-second timeout with 33 seconds left of the ball game. And it is Boston by 4. The NBA and the Cavs will again offer high school seniors the opportunity to win $1,000 scholarships. In addition, the Cavs are offering 2 $500 awards this season. Get information through your school's guidance counselor or contact Ray Ebersol at 659-9100. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock at the Coliseum, the Cavs will play the New York Knicks. Patrick Ewing, Bill Cartwright, and all that gang will be in town. In fact, they're probably in there this evening relaxing, getting ready for the contest. End of one now. Milwaukee 29 and Dallas 23. A couple of late games. The Clippers at Golden State, Denver at Seattle. But this one, 33 seconds to go. The Cavs trail by 4 with the ball on the baseline. Hubbard looking. Deals under to Bagley. Bagley spins, puts it up, blocked, grabbed by Hot Rod, fights it up, and Bird grabbed it. Larry Bird has his second foul of the ball game, and Hot Rod Williams will shoot the free throws. Hot Rod with 20 points in the ball game. He's shot once from the line and missed it. 120 to 116. Williams' free throw is good. 21 for John Williams, and it is 120 to 117. 29 seconds left. Hot Rod Williams shoots again. Good. Hot Rod with 22. Cavs trail by 2, 120 to 118. Up in the backcourt, Dennis Johnson to the timeline. Into the forecourt of the left wing against Harper. Johnson and Harper one-on-one. DJ out front on the dribble. Johnson still on the dribble, 16 seconds, 10 on the shot clock. Johnson on the left wing against Harper. Harper reached in for the foul. Well, Ron Harper has his second foul, and it puts Dennis Johnson to the free throw line. Johnson, with 18 points in the ball game, has not missed a free throw tonight. He's 8 out of 8. 120 to 118. 13 seconds left in the ball game. Johnson's first toss is in. 19 points for Dennis Johnson. 121 to 118 Boston. Johnson line left. Ready. Shoots. Good. Dennis Johnson with 20, and the Cavs take their final timeout. Well, the Cavs take their final timeout with 13 seconds left. They're down by 4 at 122 to 118, and we will take this final timeout. I had a letter the other day from a gentleman who wanted to know when the Cavs scored their 78 points in the rookie tandem, whether or not that was some kind of an NBA record. Thus far, I've been unable to find it, except to tell you this: the rookies tonight are going to set a new mark, and it may be an all-timer. Hubbard to Harper down the lane, running right-hander on the rim. No, slapped up and in by Hot Rod Williams. That's 24 for Hot Rod Williams. Down the floor to Johnson. 9 seconds over to Roberts, and he walked with the ball. Traveling violation, and don't look now. The Cavs have got a shot at it with 9 seconds to go in the ball game. A traveling violation on the pass by Johnson. Hubbard into Bagley. Bagley on the wing. Bagley to the circle. Out to Doherty. Picks it off the floor. Over to Hubbard. Right side Harper. 2 seconds. He shoots. Good! The game is tied. The Cavaliers tie it as time runs out. There'll be overtime at Boston Garden. It's all tied up at 122, and we will take this timeout.
Will guarantee the work as long as you own the vehicle. If the covered part ever has to be fixed again, they'll fix it free. Free parts, free labor. Of course, this is a limited warranty and covers vehicles in normal use. Ask for a free copy of the guarantee at your participating Ford or Lincoln Mercury dealer. Wake up with the WWE Morning News here on WWE Cleveland.
Cavaliers have their starting 5 on the floor. The Celtics have had to make one alteration because Robert Parrish fouled out. Overtime, number 1 for the Celtics this year, number 2 for the Cavs. They lost a double OT to Utah earlier this year at home. McHale jumping with Doherty, and the tap slapped around, corralled by Dennis Johnson, and Boston starts with the ball. Tied at 122. That's the most points the Celtics have given up in a game this year. Johnson, top of the key, give to Bird. Bird lob to McHale. McHale right of the lane, down to the baseline. Fouled by Brad Doherty. Doherty picking up his 5th foul. And it will allow McHale to shoot free throws and in all likelihood take the Boston Celtics into a lead here in the OT. He has 36 points in the ball game, and he hits the first of 2 for 37. Cavaliers tied it at the buzzer on a jumper out of the corner by Ron Harper. McHale second toss up and in. That's 38 for McHale. McHale's best night of the year. On the left side, Harper. Out of the left wing to Bagley. Bagley swings around the three-point arc. We're in overtime at Boston. Top side to Hubbard. Hubbard to the three-point arc, right wing to Bagley. Bagley into Doherty. Doherty right side of the forecourt against McHale. He backs in, turns to his right. McHale knocks the ball away. Doherty fights it back. Doherty into Hubbard. Hubbard slips and falls, and a 24-second violation gives the ball back to Boston. 4:21 to play in the ball game. 4:21 left, and the Celtics lead by 2. Johnson into Ainge and back to Johnson. B.J. takes it into the forecourt for the Celtics with a left-hand dribble. Changes hands at the top of the three-point arc. A delay of game against the Cavs as well. Off of the right side, Bird forces one into Roberts. Missed the layup. Rebound Doherty. Doherty out to Bagley. Down the floor on the right side to Harper. Harper on the right side of the forecourt. Spins on Johnson. Doubled by McHale. Bounce in the middle. Stolen by Ainge. Ainge in the backcourt. Coming over the timeline. Ainge against Bagley on the right wing. Drops it into McHale. McHale backs in. Turnaround shot. Rim. No. Rebound poked out to Doherty. Now to Harper. Gets by Bird. Harper into the forecourt. Timeout, Cleveland. Cavaliers take a timeout here with 3:41 to play in overtime, and we will take this timeout. Cavaliers trailing 124 to 122 with 3:41 to play in the overtime. Comes in, Hubbard to Harper. Gives the ball topside to Doherty. Doherty with the basketball. Over to Hubbard. Hubbard on the three-point arc. Hubbard one bounce topside to Doherty. 8 on the shot clock. Bagley left wing. Three-point range off the rim with it no good. Roberts with a rebound. Out to Ainge. Ainge in the backcourt. 3:20 to play. Boston with a 2-point lead in the ball. Dennis Johnson brings it into the forecourt. Johnson out front. Flip to McHale. McHale on the three-point arc, back of the right side to Bird. Bird against Hubbard. Bird runs around Hubbard, gets inside, and is fouled by Doherty. Couldn't get the shot to drop because a healthy whack and fouls out of the ball game. Oh, Doherty is gone with 3:06 to play in the overtime. Well, they say that's only 5 on him. Well, we'll take it. I don't know how they came up with that, but Larry Bird pops the free throw. When you do a ball game from 3,000 feet over the gym, it's sometimes easy to miss one along the way. Bird hitting both free throws. 33 points for Larry Bird, and the Cavaliers are down by 4. On the left side, Bagley to Hubbard. Hubbard drives the baseline against Ainge, flips it a block from behind by McHale. Grabbed by Johnson. Ainge is on the deck. Dennis Johnson bringing the ball ahead up to the time stripe. Lobs cross court to McHale. McHale holding on to the ball, and a 20-second timeout for the Boston Celtics. Celtics take their 20 to minister to Danny Ainge, who is obviously woozy at best at this juncture. A 20-second timeout. Ainge testing his leg. Cavaliers and the Celtics have played the extra period. 2 minutes and 44 seconds left in it. 126-122 Boston. Celtics taking the lead in the overtime on free throws. After 3, Houston wiping out Detroit 92-73. Milwaukee 31-27 over Dallas in the second period. Seasting will come on to replace Ainge. Ainge sits down with 11 points. Bird on the wing. Lob to McHale. McHale right of the lane. Moves in. Double teamed out to Johnson. Around to the left side to Seasting. Under to Roberts. Puts it up. Block. Grabbed by Williams. Ahead to Bagley. Bagley in the backcourt. Bagley takes it up to the timeline into the forecourt of the right wing against Seasting. Out front to Hubbard. Hubbard against Bird. Hubbard to the top of the key. Give to Harper. Harper, the bounce inside to Williams. Muscles baseline shot off the rim. No good. Rebound Bird. Hands to Johnson. 2:14 left in overtime. 126-122. Boston leads. Into the forecourt. Dennis Johnson. Johnson and Harper one-on-one outside the three-point arc. Johnson taking the dribble to that white stripe. McHale sets a pick. Johnson comes around and bounce to Bird. Right of the lane. Under to McHale. Put it up. Block. Grabbed by Williams. Out to Hubbard. Hubbard over the timeline into the forecourt of the left wing. Hubbard stops. Holds. Gives to Doherty. Doherty out to Harper. Harper directing traffic on the right wing. Bird is out there on him. Harper drives by Bird inside up with the right hand. Good. Harper with a 30-point ball game. And the Cavaliers have their first basket and first points in the OT. 126-124, a minute and 34 to play. Dennis Johnson into the forecourt. Johnson with the right hand bounce of the ball at the top of the three-point arc. Give to Roberts. Roberts on the right wing against Williams. Over on the left wing to Bird. Bird left to the circle. Checked by Hubbard. Bird pivots, drops it into McHale. McHale backs in, turns, hooks, and walks with the ball. That gives it back to the Cavs with a chance to tie. A minute and 16 left in the ball game. Williams to Bagley. Bagley into the forecourt of the right wing. Bagley outside the three-point arc. A minute and 9 to play. Top side to Hubbard. Hubbard against Bird. Hubbard holding the ball, goes right wing to Doherty. Doherty out front to Harper. Harper to the line, left to the lane. 10-footer up, rim, no. Rebound, Harper in the lane. Puts it back up on the rim, no. Tip up and in by Hot Rod Williams. 26 for Hot Rod Williams, and the Cavaliers have come back to tie it at 126. Into the forecourt, Boston, Dennis Johnson. Johnson out front. Right wing to Bird. Bird down the right side against Hubbard. Forces the shot, and he is fouled. No hoop. Ball up and in eventually, but Hubbard made the contact with Bird before the shot, and Phil should be out of there. That's number 6 on Hubbard. So Phil Hubbard with 10 points fouls out of the ball game with 38 seconds left in the overtime. Cavaliers 126, Boston 126. And Mark West will be in to take Hubbard's place with 9 points and a foul. 14,890, the 288th consecutive sellout here at Boston Garden. Ainge has re-sprained that left ankle. Bird's first free throw, you better believe it, it's in there. 34 for Larry Bird. Boston leads by 1. 127-126. Bird again, good. 35 for Larry Bird. Boston does not have a field goal in the overtime, and Cleveland takes timeout. 38 seconds left, and we will take this timeout. 38 seconds left to the overtime. Boston 128, Cleveland 126. Overtime, Boston is 0 for 4 from the field. The Cavs 2 of 8. Boston ball with the 38 seconds left. Hot Rod Williams to Harper. Harper out front. Hands to Bagley. Bagley against Seasting on the left wing. Bagley on the left sideline. Stops into Doherty. Doherty left side of the forecourt against McHale. Doherty, one bounce and stops, gives to Harper. 8 on the shot clock. Harper baseline shot blocked. Ball banged by Johnson. It goes out of bounds. Off Johnson and out of bounds. Cavs have 5 on the shot clock. 18 seconds left in the game. 5 on the shot clock. Bagley will inbound it. He looks, gives to Harper. Harper from the sideline, never got there. Rebound, Bird to Dennis Johnson ahead of the pack, and he drives and seals the issue. Dennis Johnson with 22, and the Cavaliers take a timeout. 11 seconds left in the overtime. Boston 130, Cleveland 126, and we will take this timeout. To 126 Boston with 11 seconds left to the ball game. Cleveland will have the ball. Craig Elo is coming into the ball game, which means at the moment the Cavs have 6 men on the floor. That will be changed as Mark West trots off. Elo will be the trigger man. Elo looks some more, lobs to Hot Rod, flip to Doherty, knocked away, loose to the floor, grabbed by Elo, puts it up with the right hand, good! Craig Elo with 5 points in the ball game. Boston ball into Bird. All he has to do is kill the clock. He lobs to Seasting. Seasting back over to Dennis Johnson. Johnson hanging on with 3 seconds. What do we have here? A foul? Yep, they called a foul. Mel Whitworth called one down below us. And they're going to assess it on Bagley. John Bagley with his 4th foul, but that is all academic at this point. Seasting of the line, first free throw, good. Barry Seasting has his 3rd point of the ball game. His first trip to the line tonight. 2nd toss, good. 4 points for Seasting, and the Cavaliers take a 20-second timeout, and that will allow us to pause for station identification. This is the Cleveland Cavaliers Radio Basketball Network.
News, sports, Dick Goddard weather, total traffic reports, and more. All news, all morning here on Cleveland's first choice for news, WWWE Cleveland.
All right, back here at Boston Garden. Cavs had taken a 20 in the 4th quarter. You can't take another one in the overtime. Earl Strom talking to Lenny Wilkins. And it is a technical foul. Cavs taking 1 timeout too many. So a technical foul will be shot here. Boston leading 132 to 128 with 3 seconds left. Casey Jones and Chris Ford have come down the floor to chat with Bird and with McHale. Now what? Now Earl Strom is motioning the Celtics back to their end of the floor, and it appears they are going to take a full timeout. So 3 seconds left of the ball game. It's 132 to 128. Now, the Rebounders Boosters Club wants you. Activities include parties with Cavs personalities, free throw shooting contests, and trips to away games. For membership or information, call Ray Ebersol at 659-2219. The Cavs and the Rebounders are going to stage a trip to Chicago to see the Bulls and the Cavs play on the weekend of February 21st. Now, for all of the trip information, contact Ray Ebersol at 659-2219. And while we're on the subject of the Rebounders, they will be holding their 2nd annual post-game party with the Cavs following the game with the Pacers Saturday, January 31st in Loge Level 2 in the banquet room. The rebounder bringing the most new members will receive a Cavs jacket, and for more information, contact Ray Ebersol at 659-2219. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, the Cleveland Cavaliers will be doing battle with the New York Knicks. Cavs are going to have to reach back for a little something to play competitively with New York tomorrow night. The Knicks have been playing much better basketball of late. They have won 7 out of their last 10 ball games and are now at 12-24. All right, Jerry Seasting will shoot the technical foul, assessed because the Cavs took 1 timeout too many. But be that as it may, it's up and in. The Cavs are down by 5 with 3 seconds to play. So Seasting 3 of 3 at the free throw line in the overtime. Doherty to Bagley. Bagley at center floor, lets it fly off the backboard, and the game is over. The final score, the Boston Celtics 133, the Cleveland Cavaliers 128. We'll keep it right here, in as much as we have paid all of the rent. So 128 for the Cavs and 133 for the Boston Celtics. The Cavaliers losing their second overtime game of the year, and the Cavaliers take the Celtics to overtime for the first time this year. Cavaliers at 14 and 23, but well, you really can't say too much about the Cavs and the way they played here tonight against the Boston Celtics. And this is one of those nights where even in losing, you have to say they took another step forward, as Boston is now 26 and 10. They have won 10 out of their last 11, 16 and 2 on the home front, and only one loss here in Boston. The other came down in Hartford. The Cavaliers at 14 and 23 have lost 4 in a row and 8 out of their last 9. And their road mark is 4 and 15, but this comes about as close to one of those moral victories as you can come. The question in the wake of this one, obviously, is how are they going to respond to the ball game with the Knicks tomorrow night? New York has had some time to sit around and get ready for tomorrow night's ball game at the Coliseum, and it will be an 8 o'clock affair. In the overtime, incidentally, Boston was 1 of 5 in shooting from the field. The Cavs 3 of 9, but Boston in the overtime threw in 9 out of 9 from the line. And in the rebounding department, the Cavs will win the battle of the boards in this game tonight. They out rebounded them in overtime 7-3. But Boston defeated the Cavs tonight in the overtime 133 to 128. An excellent ball game. Star of the game, boy, you could really come up with a bunch here tonight. The heroics, as far as I'm concerned, belong to Ron Harper. We're going to give Harper our star of the game tonight. He had a 30-point ball game. He was a marked man because when they played him last, the Celtics came away muttering Ron Harper's name and knew that he would be a problem. The young man from Miami had an 11-point first quarter. They really got to him in the second period, held him down. He did not score. But he came out of the locker room and scored 10 more in the third quarter, 7 more in the final period, hit a Cavs basket in the overtime, and had a 30-point ball game tonight. So Ron Harper is our star of the game tonight, and as such receives dinner for 2 at the Tavern of Richfield, courtesy of Mel and Susie Rose. Quite obviously, this is not going to be the last time that Ron Harper is star of the game. Well, we invite you now to stay tuned for Cavs wrap-up. We'll have the complete statistical story on the ball game, a check of the NBA scoreboard, and get the wisdom of John Creed as he sat here and watched this one tonight. See what he thought about the ball game as well. That's all coming up on Cavs wrap-up, and that's next.
From Radio 11, WWE, this has been Cleveland Cavs basketball.